What's going on, guys? CGG Matt back. Welcome to the MVP tier ladder. As you can see, we have our tiers. We have the favorites, realm of possibility, would be fun, and if everyone else disappeared, they would win the MVP. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you enjoy the video. Let's get into it right now. I don't want to go in order. That's not fun. I'm going to put Alperen Sengun in would be fun. You know what? Nah, if everyone else disappeared. It's a hard case to make for Alp because he does have a ton of talent around him, but also he doesn't have the statistical dominance like other guys do, like a Jokic or a Shea or Luka. Or even the statistical dominance of like a Wemby, where it's like he's going to average 2+ blocks per game with his 20. But I love Alperen Sengun, and I don't want to take away from that. We are all Senguners when it comes down to it. All right, Austin Reeves, let's go. Let's put him in would be fun. I think he has a claim to it because LeBron's missed time and Luka's missed a little bit of time. Austin Reeves really hasn't missed a ton of time, and he's been right there. And the Lakers have been right there because of him. Like, yes, the Rockets have dealt with injuries, but if you look at the Lakers side, I mean, they've been dealing without LeBron. They hadn't had LeBron for the first, 20 games, I would say. And then Luka missed a few games, and you see the Toronto game where he goes up in Toronto and steals a game effectively with LeBron having his worst shooting night. And it was really just kind of him backpacking the offense. I know he's terrible defensively, but as you'll find, a lot of these candidates are not two-way players fully, except for like the top few. I just got to give my respect to Austin Reeves. Jaylen Brown's up next. It would be fun. I was going to put him in realm of possibility, but I don't think I will because the Celtics are a 500 team this year. Plain and simple. They will play great basketball when they can make their threes, and when they can't, they're going to play bad basketball because they also don't have isolation scorers down the stretch. You saw that against Detroit. They were relying on some guys late game that probably should not be relied upon late game. Peyton Pritchard airballing a 3 with like less than a minute left. Like, you know what I mean? Usually Peyton Pritchard doesn't get that shot unless it's wide open. Of course, it was kind of open, but late contest. Either way, that's a shot that Tatum or Brown would take usually. The issue is that Jaylen Brown's seen 2 now like every other time he gets the ball. Only reason I have him over Sengun is, again, because of the help factor. Jaylen Brown has less help than Alperen Sengun does. Sengun has KD, Amen, and a bunch of other guys that really help out. Steven Adams really helps out. Like, Jaylen Brown's best teammate is Derek White, and he's cool, but he's not having a great year. So, yeah, I think Jaylen Brown is very, very versatile as well as valuable, and the Celtics should be like a top 5 seed maybe. I don't think they're a great team. I think they're still a first-round bump unless Tatum comes back. But what Jaylen Brown's done, being a one-man army at times, it's been some of the most fun basketball I've seen. This is a very fun season to be a Celtics fan, as I am. I'm going to put Brunson in realm of possibility. They just got the in-season cup, the Emirates Cup, whatever the hell you want to call it, the $500,000. And for Jalen Brunson's trouble, he got a finger up his ass. You think I'm joking? Josh Hart did that. So I'm not joking. That was his reward, man. I'm curious to see what happens in the locker room over there. That's not a locker room I'd want to be a part of, frankly. But it seems like it's in good fun, good jest. Why do I keep talking about it? I don't know. It's because why would Josh Hart do that on the front of the fucking podium where they're standing getting the trophy? Everyone's holding the trophy. Wild video. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to put it on the screen. But the reason why Jalen Brunson's not there is because, again, he's not in that, category of player. He's terrific, and Knicks have a chance. I'd say they should be, the second favorite team in the East, right behind the Pistons. You could argue that they're right with the Pistons, but I think Brunson's spectacular, but, again, help factor. Help factor meaning, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, Mitchell Robinson, Tyler Kolek. Those are the guys that won them the in-season cup game, OG, Tyler Kolek, and Mitch. But he also just is very small, like a smaller guard, struggles defensively. And on top of that, like I said, he just doesn't have the statistical dominance. He's not averaging close to a triple-double like Jokic. He's not averaging 30-plus on the best team in the league like Shea. And he's not averaging. I think Luka would be the second in the scoring title behind the other guy on this list. But I think it's still possible because the Knicks could finish with the best record in the East. Even though the Pistons are firmly in control right now, there's always a second half of the year. And right now, Jalen Brunson's playing some of the best basketball of his career, which, it just seems like he keeps getting better and better and more consistent with it specifically. I'm going to put Anthony Edwards in the same category as Jaylen Brown. The Timberwolves have looked weird without him over the last few games. They've missed him dearly, obviously, but Bones Highland has gotten a chance. Bones Highland hasn't looked per se bad. Rob Dillingham had some good run yesterday against Memphis, which is It's against Memphis, so I got to kind of lower my expectations a little bit. But I think Anthony Edwards is very valuable to his team. I honestly think he could be put up one more, but I don't think they're going to finish with a good enough record, personally, for him to get like top 5. He might get a top 5 finish, but I don't think his team record's going to be good enough for that. I think the Wolves are going to hover around middle of the pack, 4. I'd say 4 to 7 seed is safe for them. I don't think they're a play-in team, really. I think they're closer to playoff than play-in, but I don't think they're going to be a top 3 seed, and I don't see him winning the scoring title, so that kind of puts him in the category with like a Jaylen Brown, where they're going to finish as the 5 seed, a formidable-ass 5 seed, but they don't have the statistical dominance or the wins, really. Cade Cunningham, he should go, you know what, he's going to be a loose favorite. Best record in the East, best player on the best team in the East. That means something to me. I don't know if it means something to you, but it means something to me, man. Like I said, loose favorite, meaning like he's in there. He's not really at the top of it, but I think Cade Cunningham should get a top 5 MVP finish if the record stays the same. JB Bickerstaff has done a terrific job with that group as well, but the way that Cade Cunningham gets his teammates involved and kind of just takes a step back when need be. You know, the other day against the Celtics, he kind of took over late game. He did. He had a spin mid-range jumper. Yeah, that shit was butter from free throw line. He was on one in the fourth quarter. I don't think he scored 10 plus, but it felt like in the last like 2 minutes of the game, he scored like 8. And so he clutched up. He clutched up in a crunch time game. He honestly has one of the most aesthetically pleasing games of anyone on this tier list. I think it's underrated, the movements he has and the bag work he has. I love Cade Cunningham. I think he's a triple-double threat as well, a guy who can get you 20, 10, and 10. You know, he's statistically dominant, and on top of that, best team, best record in the East. That means something to me. So he gets the bump. Now we can address the other favorites. I think Shai is actually probably leader of the pack right now. And in my last time I did my awards video, I said Jokic would be leading. And nothing's really changed for Jokic. He hasn't gotten worse. It's just I think his team success has been lesser. And that's not to say the Nuggets have been struggling. They're the 2 seed. They're playing really damn good basketball. But they aren't, they're not on pace to beat the wins record. That means something to me. And it's not even that, like, everyone says, like, oh, Shai's got the most help. He does have a ton of help with all things considered, but this is a guy that gets doubled every possession and still finds a way to get 30 every night, and on nights where he gets 25, that's a bad day. You know what I mean? And on top of that, like, yeah, he has help, but they've all missed games. Isaiah Hartenstein is out right now, I believe. J-Dub missed a ton of time. It's really been him, Chet, Dort, Caruso consistently in that lineup. Aaron Wiggins has missed time. The only guy who really hasn't missed time for them is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's kind of where they're blessed because he's the top 3 player in basketball, maybe even number 1 in your heart. I just have Shai as the leader of the pack right now, and I think maybe that's just how I wake up today, because if I wake up tomorrow, I could definitely reverse that course right away. It feels like it's more a 1A and 1B with this guy. Nikola Jokic, they're the 2 seed, and it's the 1 versus the 2 seed in the West. One's got like 26, 25 wins, the other one's got 19. The Nuggets have been really good recently. They've been playing fine basketball. And especially with the injuries. You could really use injuries to justify Jokic as well. This is why it's 1A, 1B, and I'm not mad at you for picking either one, because realistically, Nuggets have dealt with injuries too. AG's been out, Christian Brown's been out. Those are big-time injuries, 2 starters down, and they haven't really dropped in productivity. If you're a big on-off number guy like I am, Nikola Jokic's are still broken, if you want to know. Still crazy. The defensive drop-off between him and Valanciunas isn't really there. But the offensive contributions, oh my God, dude. Nikola Jokic is like a plus 20 when he's on the court. It's insane. It's insane, his on-off numbers. He's a glitch. He's a glitch to the advanced metrics. But he's been a really good defender this year as well, like underrated defender. Uses his hands really well. Always has used his hands really well, but he's playing good. And he's not bad at defense like a lot of people would think. Like a lot of people do think. A lot of people think Jokic is terrible at defense. It's not the narrative. That's not a good narrative. Well, I just checked the numbers, and I guess I didn't realize Jokic was leading in assists. I thought somebody had him in the assist category, like he wasn't leading the league in assists. Well, now that you put it that way, now that I know he's leading the league in assists and rebounding, I knew rebounding 12.5 or whatever he's at. I didn't know assists he also led the league. That changes a lot of things. Changes a lot of things. The guy's leading the league in 2 statistical categories and still giving you almost 30 a night. Oh, my bad, just 29.8. So, yeah, a 30-point triple-double on average with 30, 11, and 12. Ugh. Oh, I mean, it's statistical dominance that I don't think I've ever seen in my life. Westbrook was doing this for sure, but not this methodically. Not like this is kind of what I'm saying. The dominance of like he's gonna make every other shot. He shoots like 60% in the short mid, or not 60%, 80%, like the short mid. Feels like anytime he gets a floater up, it's going in. And anytime the ball gets over his head, if he's in triple threat and the ball's over his head, or if he's in the lane and the ball's over his head, you're at his mercy. You're not gonna get it. He has that really high release point. You are at Nikola Jokic's mercy anytime he gets the ball, and it's incredible. Both, like I said though, him, Shai, it's really 1A, 1B. If you want to argue win total, Shai's got it, and he's going to continue that because I don't think they're going to slow down this pace anytime soon, even though they did lose to the Spurs. It's like, oh well. There's also a third one here. It's Luka Doncic. Luka has a fun case, a really fun case, because he's been statistically dominant on a winning team. He has missed a little bit of time, but not enough time to disclude him from this. He is probably is he the best scorer here of the bunch? Is Luka a better scorer than Shai? Let's start that debate down in the comments. Is Luka a better scorer than Shai? I don't know. I'd prefer Shai because Luka takes a ton of threes, very three reliant, and they're both free throw reliant. Neither one, Lakers fans nor Thunder fans, can call Luka or Shai free throw merchants because both of these guys take a ton. Jokic takes a good amount, but not like double digits like these two. Jokic also has the freaking Raptors logo on his arm because people play very physical with him. But like if you look at Shai versus Luka's MVP case, I could pull up the stats really quick. So Shai's at 32.5, 6.5, and 4.5. 32.5 is ridiculous. Luka's leading the league in scoring, 34.5. Oh my God. He's also taking 10.7 threes per game. This is why I kind of like Shai more. You see the volume three-point shooting, 32%, but he gets a ton up, and they both average double-digit free throws, so I can't look at either one of them and say, you're a free throw merchant. They both take a ton of them. What's Luka averaging for assists? Hold on. 35, 9, and 9, basically. Oh my God, dude. It's a clogged MVP race if all these guys stay healthy. This is one of the most stacked MVP races in NBA history as far as I'm concerned. Maybe the most stacked. Because like if you get rid of Shai and Jokic, then Luka has a very like if Luka was just alone in this league, this is the best player in basketball. But unfortunately, he's got two guys above him that are also just pure dominant. I prefer Shai again because I don't like the volume three-point shooting of Luka as much. He's taking like 11 a game, guys. That's a ton. And he's shooting like 32%. I'd prefer Shai, even though his efficiencies from three have been very up and down in his career. I prefer the mid-range touch in the scoring of Shai. Maxi's going to go in this category of would be fun. I don't think their team's really good enough to justify him being an MVP, but he does have the scoring prowess, and on top of that, he has the boost of, like, he's kind of backpacking at times. Embiid's missed a good amount of games this year. Paul George has missed a good amount of games this year. Tyrese Maxey has not missed many games this year. It's been him, VJ, and QG, Quentin Grimes, like, all the way. And they don't have a center. When Joel's not playing, it's Drummond or Bona, or who's the other one they got? B-Ball Paul's gone. There's another center that they got over there that's just not that good. It's not Tony Bradley. I think there's another center. Oh, it's Dom Barlow. It's Dominic Barlow. And they're keeping at a fine win pace. I just don't think that they're going to be good enough team-wise for him to win it. But he is still averaging 30-plus a game, which is ridiculous. And I don't know, he might be one of the most fun players to watch. In terms of like how he gets his buckets, it's just so fast. It's downhill. And I mean, he's the new Flash almost. I know some guys get the D-Wade comp, but like Tyrese Maxey is the Flash. He's the fastest player in the league probably. It's him, De'Aaron Fox is up there, and I think there might be another one, but either way, Maxey is just amazing. I'm going to put Wemby in realm of possibility just because he has the defensive factor that a lot of these guys don't have, the defensive dominance. Wemby can go out there and put up 15 and 12 and 3 assists and still be the best player on the court because he is controlling the defense. People don't go to the rim with Wemby there. They try not to. I mean, he has the defense of like peak Rudy Gobert while having the perimeter defense of like a good mobile big man, like a little bit worse than Bam Adebayo, but like pretty good perimeter defense. And he can still give you like 30 on any given night. He has the statistical dominance with the defensive end prowess. You don't see that very often, guys who can dominate the box score offensively and defensively at once. I think the only thing that's going to hold him back is, can he get to the games played mark? Can he get to 65? I don't know. I'm not quite sure yet. But overall, I think he should be a favorite. He deserves to be here. And that leaves one left, and I'm going to put Donovan Mitchell in the realm of possibility. Why? Because if it wasn't for him, the Cavs may have 0 wins. Like, the Cavs may be competing with the Washington Wizards, quite frankly. I watched the Cavs game last night, actually, against the Bulls. They lost that game. And if you watch the fourth quarter, the start of the fourth quarter, you will see a team that is beyond inept without Donovan Mitchell. I think he scored like 8 straight, and they just couldn't buy a stop. He hit a corner 3. He had a nasty dunk. He had a layup in there. He had an and one, and he was scoring every time down. And guess what the Cavs defense was doing? Doing nothing. Whole lot of standing around vibing, doing nothing. I think they subbed Mitchell out with like 7 to play, and it was like a 4-point, 5-point game. Mitchell came back in, it was like 15, and Darius Garland was leading the second unit. Darius Garland's been terrible and injury ravaged, and he looks slow because turf toe does that to you. It doesn't help your mobility. Jared Allen's not there. DeAndre Hunter's not good enough to start. He's coming off the bench now because he just doesn't fit. The team is awful, quite frankly, and if it wasn't for Donovan Mitchell, they would be atrocious. I know I can make that case about a lot of guys, but like Jaylen Brown off the Celtics, they're still a 500 team. I don't think the Celtics are that good. Austin Reeves off the Lakers, they're still a good team. Anthony Edwards off the T-Wolves, they're still a fine team. They compete regularly without him. They beat the Warriors without him, right? Alperen Sengun off the Rockets, they'd live. Maxey off the Sixers, you'd make an argument, but they suck regardless, right? Donovan Mitchell, his team has playoff aspirations, championship aspirations, and they, without him, look horrible, quite frankly. That's my justification for having everybody in their specific ranks. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, comment down below, talk to me. Who's your leader in the clubhouse right now for MVP? I got Jokic. Who do you guys got? Thank you all for joining me. Like, subscribe. I'm going to go catch the game. See you guys in the next one.